Dirty Dan. I don't know what you mean. I'm Dirty Dan.
It's absolutely amazing.
I'm Dirty Dan.
Whoa, Dirty Dan.
I fuck with him. I know y'all fuck with the song. Y'all be jamming and dancing to the song too. So let's see where this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Let's see where he really came from type shit.
Tommy Richman is an anomaly. Yes, he is among the millions of artists who have had a song go viral.
In the first 30 seconds of the video. I'm keeping that in too. This is why y'all should be over here. I mean, I know you're watching it right now on the channel, and I do appreciate that. But this is why you should be over here. You know what I'm saying? The timing, yo.
On TikTok, but Tommy's is exceptionally different. Million Dollar Baby was his song that exploded to #2 on the Billboard Hot 100, and if it weren't for the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, it would have easily been a #1 hit. Naturally, when an artist comes out of nowhere, there is mass speculation as to how and why they became successful. Well, today I'm going to tell you the specific...
A mental note? For who? Who was that for? That was for me.
Advantages and disadvantages Tommy Richman had that led to him becoming successful in a sea of artists that are trying to go viral. Firstly, he created an original sound. It's very difficult to compare Tommy to an artist, and I will get to the advantages that this has. However, creating his own sound is actually what held him back for many years. Because if you don't know, he has been releasing music since 2016, and if you listen to this track...
And see, that's what I didn't know. I ain't know yo had a dense catalog like that. I went back and started listening to his shit. I'm like, yo, this nigga actually fire. But that's what I be saying, bro. Even he was probably doing this shit, you know, trying to develop his sound, and he was really having fun. This was probably like some type of like therapy for this nigga. That's why I would be saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? When niggas always ask me, oh, well, you know, how'd you start off, blah, 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 or you got this now? I'm like, nigga, I just started getting motion this year. Like, I was doing this shit, streaming to 1 to none people. There was like Tay and a bot and Snikes for the longest. And I just did this shit because I always had fun and this was therapy. And that's why I'm like, bro, I think that's why I kind of fuck with this nigga, because this sound just, he cultivated that hoe. That's why I kind of went down that little rabbit hole. This nigga nice.
Back in 2019, you can hear that.
I'm saying, keep doing what you're doing. Don't matter if niggas gonna fuck with you.
Used to play pretend, thought it what it is. Walked into the doctor, said
the real will come.
Most people don't like originality.
I was on FaceTime, dead ass. I was on FaceTime with basically just Tay and a bot.
The average person probably eats at the same restaurants all the time. Or even when they go to a new restaurant, they still get a burger. They shop at the mall buying the same clothes as everyone else.
For
they
years.
Watch the same movies, follow the same TikTokers. Their dream homes all look the same. They all have the same monotonous daily routines as everyone else. We all like to think that we're very different, but we're not. We are all painfully the same. Music is no exception to this. We love when we discover a new artist that sounds extremely similar to our favorite artist. We just need them to be a little bit different to keep things interesting. If you get your advice from comment sections or from people who don't understand marketing, then they will tell you that you need to be different in order
those were
to
the days
succeed,
though.
or your
We
career
used to be
isn't
vibing.
working out because
We
you
still do.
sound like everyone else,
yeah, we was chilling.
which makes you believe that you need to be wildly original and unique. But when the average person hears something actually different,
I was still the same
like
nigga.
Witch
We was
House,
always just
Gabber,
always wild.
Death Grips, or whatever 100 Gex
I just started
makes,
drinking a
then they'll
little more.
say, who the fuck listens to this weird shit? But you know who hates originality the most? Spotify. Spotify is by far the #1 way that music fans all around the world discover and enjoy music on a daily basis. But when I show you how their algorithm works, you will see there are extreme limitations to its ability to accurately categorize and share original music with listeners. We all know what genres are. Broad umbrella terms used to loosely classify music. Spotify, obviously.
If this is an ad, I'm not gonna hold you. This is like, okay, I'm about to say, if this was, this nigga MMA fan, just pull up and say nipples, shot o'clock. I mean, no. It's not yet. No. But yes. But no. It's not. I'm gonna eat first, and I'm being productive and doing reactions first, and then I get into some games, because that's fun and pleasurable for me. This is like work and still fun too, but no peer pressure. No. But what's good, MMA? I ain't see you in a minute, my boy. How work been? eat then nipples. I wish I had it in that combination. But but yeah, I want to say if this is an ad, this is the smoothest transition into an ad.
Uses genre terms to classify artists. They classify Kendrick Lamar as conscious hip hop, rap, and West Coast rap. That seems really fair and easy to understand. Luke Bryan is contemporary country road, and modern country rock. Okay, cool. Marshmello is bro step, EDM, pop, progressive.
What the fuck is bro step? That's a genre?
Electro house. Ooh, that one's a little more specific. If you were to guess, what do you think Tommy Richman's genre classification would be? It's tough.
Hold on. I think it'd be kind of like electronic, hip hop, dance, house, ethereal, funk, disco, yeah, funk for sure. Yeah, I feel like he has like kind of like a lot. He doesn't really fit into, which is a good thing, but yeah, it's like you can't really just give him it's hip nipples. My nigga love nipples today. Or the gorillas. Kinda, yeah. What's good with you, Gil? How you feeling, my boy?
Tough to call it rap, but I guess the drums are hip-hop inspired. His music has these soulful R&B elements, and he has this high-pitched singing voice. And even he says he's inspired by punk music. Well, Spotify classifies his music as chill, abstract hip-hop. I'm not really a genre snob, but this doesn't sound correct
abstract.
to me. But one way we can dissect this
it
is by
is.
looking at the other artists
I mean,
with
it
the
is,
same
though.
classification. Because in theory, all of the artists that are
As you
classified
should, bro. I'm
as chill,
irritable as hell,
abstract
too.
hip-hop
Well,
should kind of sound
I'm
the same,
trying to
right?
get
So
better,
we have
but
Mavi,
I'm a
which
little
kinda makes
irritable
sense.
too, but I
Mike,
feel you.
no. Makami, nope. Redville, definitely not. Jev, nope. Just take my word for it. Tommy Richman does not sound like 99% of the other artists in this genre classification. So why is he grouped in with them? Because Spotify has determined that fans of these
That ain't no
artists
fucking
also
genre.
like Tommy Richman. Well, maybe. You see, these are not genres, but rather classifications or categories
That's what I'm saying.
disguised as genres.
Yeah, those
Because I
ain't
think we can all
genres.
agree that Florida rap is not a real genre. Neither is Arkansas hip hop, and definitely not Asian American hip hop, which is a classification given to Eric Prid, who is Canadian. Now, if you're
Wow. Okay. So they not giving these niggas the action. That's why they not really getting discovered by people, because like, well, if they put it on Spotify, because they're not going into the actual they're not going into the actual fucking genre that they want to be put in type shit. They're getting put into a made up, like not even a sub genre or a subcategory. They getting put into some shit someone just said, oh, you know what you sound like? You sound like bro step. And they just gonna put you in some shit with bro step. Like, bitch. Have you ever went to the store and like, hey, can I go down the music aisle? Hey, where's the bro step aisle? Like, nigga, nah, come on, dog. I get it now. That shit crazy. Set up a stream for someone to join me, and she just acting like I'm not on time, not on a time schedule. Got me a fucking hour late. Just went the fuck off. Just cause you don't take your streaming seriously doesn't mean you can hold me up. Hey, nah, real shit, yo. Niggas definitely need to abide by schedules. Especially, you know what I'm saying, if this was already planned out prior. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely annoying. I feel that shit. I definitely feel you on that. Yeah, they just making shit up. I'd be hot too. Like, bro, did you just make up a category and just threw me in it? The fuck? That's not cool. I've never heard of bro step. And this one's I listen to a lot of weird shit. I've never heard of no fucking bro step, yo. Lecrae, bro step, all these guys. That's what I'm saying, yo, Ray. My brain. I can't keep up with this shit either. Like, bro,
If you're a Spotify user, you know that if you click on
I hate this nigga's fucking head. He looks like, you know, if there was a third, well, if there was another Mario bro that, you know, he was a dentist you know, it might be this nigga or something.
Someone's profile and you start.
But you know that's how it is, bro. You know how these rich niggas is, bro. It's like the more money they have, the more broke they look, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna take notes from these rich white niggas. I ain't gonna hold you. Once I start, the more bread I start getting, bro, I'm gonna start looking bummy. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna make sure I still keep my hairline intact and my face for the most part. But I'm gonna start dressing more bummy. I'm about to start putting stains on my shit, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm about to start putting. I'm gonna start do the Yeezy. I'm gonna do the Yeezy effect. I'm gonna start like taking, you know, put a little hole right here, just a small subtle hole, so it don't look like I did it on purpose. It just looks like natural wear and tear. Like where the seams is at, I'm gonna put like a little hole in the seam type shit. It's gonna look seamless, but yeah, bro, I'm on me. I'm gonna start looking like I'm broke. These niggas be on the song. Ain't gonna hold you. Fuck all that flexing. You see, you don't never have y'all ever seen me with any type of jewelry on, any type of shiny earrings, luxurious diamonds. I don't wear jewelry. I don't say, you know, I don't say anything about people that do. It's cool, but you know, broke nigga effect.
Streaming their catalog, or if you just are streaming anything, Spotify will just
a lot of rich motherfuckers dressed like Adam Sandler, dead ass,
without you wanting it or even maybe knowing. They base those recommendations on a number of things, but it's likely that Spotify was recommending Tommy Richman's music to
you see, you never see me with no jury on, you know what I'm saying? You don't never catch me dripped out in no eyes, no jury.
And those fans were probably skipping his music because he does not really fit in with that group, leading Spotify's algorithm to learn that people skip Tommy.
I'm not gonna hold you. That is the most comfy way to dress, but I'm not gonna hold you. The day y'all do see me pop out flexing with some like designer shit or some jewelry, I'm going somewhere. I sold out, or that's not me. Cause it's fun. But yeah, if y'all do see me pop out with some jewelry on and some designer drip and some place you know I ain't supposed to be, I sold out. That ain't me. What was the third one? Damn, my brain kind of cooked. But yeah.
Richman's music when it's recommended, and then stop giving him algorithmic push overall, which would then lead to his releases only being shown to the
and I'm not saying, bro, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't saying nothing about you because you be dripped up. You know what I'm saying? You be rocking your shit. But some people like it. It's for you.
Music,
you know what I'm saying? It's part of you. It's part of your aesthetic.
People, so it wasn't getting the streams, and maybe he felt like, what the fuck? Why am I not growing?
So I said that, you know what I'm saying? They got nothing to do with other people that wear it, you know what I'm saying? It look good on certain people.
Or is incorrectly categorized.
I didn't sell out, I was
which is why their music is not growing.
That's you, that's good, bro. That's
stagnant. You. I am constantly giving strategic advice to avoid these problems in my music marketing newsletter called Tuned In. This exact information that you're getting now, I gave to my hundreds of subscribers 2 months ago. If you want to have an advantage over every other artist and learn the secrets music marketers use to gain more streams on Spotify, subscribe to my music marketing newsletter using the link in the description. Every single Wednesday, you will receive a breakdown of marketing making. End of the day, people crave Tommy's market so you can focus on doing the thing you love the most, making music. And despite Tommy's originality holding him back,
you feel me? I was like, yo, hold on. He definitely is. I'm like,
people crave music that is new, fresh, and exciting. You just never know what it's going to be or when people are going to want it. Like, it's easy to say in hindsight, but looking back at hit songs like The Harlem Shake and Gangnam Style, these are just weird songs that should have never blown up. Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier and It Wasn't Me by Shaggy are examples of genuinely good songs that didn't fit the popular sound of their eras. Nobody could have predicted these songs to be hits. But that is the inherent risk of being an artist. If it was easy, then everyone would do it. You just have to do what you believe in, push it out to the world, and hope people connect with it. However, there's one major advantage that Tommy had while pushing his music out to the world, and that is signing to a record label. Is it a coincidence that Tommy Richman grinded for 8 years with little growth only for him to sign a record deal and then blow up months later? No. Tommy Richman would likely have never blown up without the label, yet his music would still be just as good, it just wouldn't have reached the listeners that it needed to reach. Although people
Somebody I
think
used to
record
know
labels
is-
are obsolete now,
That
since
is a
it's never
fucking
been easier
banger,
to
bro.
be independent,
It is.
that is just wrong. Record labels not only have seemingly unlimited budgets
Shit
for
still gets
marketing, but they
spins.
have connections to a wide variety of resources necessary to make a song blow up. After grinding on the internet for years, as well as networking with a small group of artists
Fuck
in
is
Los
that?
Angeles, Tommy developed enough buzz to
I
be
was like,
discovered by and
that's Slim
signed
Shady?
to Brent Faiyaz's independent record label, ISO Supremacy. It's usually the small
Wait, hold on.
indie to Brent Faiyaz's independent record label, ISO Supremacy. It's usually
Oh.
the smaller indie record labels that are more willing to take
I was like,
risks
which
on
one?
unique artists, whereas all of the cookie cutter, samey, TikTok-y sounding artists will get swooped up by major labels, since major labels are really just
That's why
worried
I had to,
about
like- I was like,
profits,
wait a
and the
minute,
small
huh?
indie labels are trying to build a resume and a catalog and make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
And from there, it's
I get
just
it now,
business as
cuz.
usual. Get Tommy some press, some small blog write-ups, paying TikTok influencers to promote his songs, get his songs on Spotify editorial playlists, get him a big feature, which in this case was him being featured on Brent Faiyaz's 2023 album, Larger Than Life, where track 9 was not just featuring Tommy, but the beat was made by him as well. What the label did not predict was that this song would actually be the second most popular single from the album, which just helped them grow buzz and Spotify traffic to Tommy's page. Now it even made sense for Tommy to join Brent on some of his press runs.
Yeah, working as a collective, like, with how this song came out is, I made the beat on the plane to the camp. On the plane. I made like three beats on the
Going
plane.
crazy.
And then I played it to him.
Like, an indie artist will just never be on MTV to do a performance unless you know a guy who knows a guy, or you're the son of the production manager, or
Basically,
having
you gotta
some
have some- you
And it's
gotta
no
have some
secret
end.
that TikTok was
That
a
is.
major catalyst to Tommy's song going viral. But the way he rolled out the song, in addition to having the record label on his side, is what gave him the advantage he needed. They used his collaboration and IRL affiliation with Brent Faiyaz to launch his TikTok. People who are listening to Brent Faiyaz's music, people who are going to see him on tour, or just people who are searching him up on social media will eventually get Tommy in their algorithm because they are becoming associated with each other. So Tommy started posting tour clips while he was performing in front of Brent's fans, other live show performances, and snippets of unreleased music, just like any other artist would. But his VHS cam and
They really
unwillingness
do,
to
bro.
look like a
It is
content
crazy.
creator led to his views being extremely low, at least in the beginning, because the first snippet of $1 Million Baby did not blow up. So they promoted an entirely
Because I
different
thought
song
TikTok
called
was supposed to
Selfish.
be
While
banned,
promoting
like,
Selfish,
months
the
ago.
first $1 Million
One that's
Baby
supposed to be,
TikTok that they
like-
posted a week before went viral.
One that's supposed to be
like
getting
mega
clapped.
viral, unexpected. So they dropped Selfish April 19th and immediately started getting prepared to release $1 Million Baby next Friday to capitalize on the virality. They posted basically the same exact snippet every day for 7 days leading up to the release, and each video was getting millions of views. Plus, this VHS visual of him in the studio being surrounded by dozens of people is not what a real studio session looks like. This was staged, like a music video. They made it look organic, like he was genuinely cooking up bangers in the studio while people were partying around him. But these songs were made months, maybe even years ago. When the song dropped, it gained 38 million streams in the first week. Hit number
That's
1 on the iTunes
crazy.
charts and number 2 on the Billboard Hot
Yeah,
100.
that shit went
There is no doubt
nuts.
that TikTok was the catalyst to him being viral, and
The label's
sure,
folded
in
'cause
theory,
TikTok has
if
the
he
power
didn't have the label, he
to make
could
the
have
artist. It
still
really
gone
does.
viral. But with the label support,
It
they
can
were
blow
able to push him
anybody.
out to the mainstream radio and
Even
get
if
him
you
on
ask.
multiple Spotify
Whoa,
editorial
especially if you
playlists.
ask.
Even Brent was on ESPN, where they asked Brent about Tommy Richman. Then you had Funk Flex and Joe Budden both hating on the song.
We're gonna document this hot garbage. We're gonna play it though. I know you wanna hear it. I wonder if this is big in the club. See, this part is deceiving, like it might be a good song. Watch the terrible part as it comes in.
Now you might be thinking, why
Damn.
is Flex hating?
Yeah,
on
but I
the
say, why
song?
he's so
why doesn't he
angry?
just
Yeah.
not play it. Well, because radio DJs don't just play whatever they want. They have bosses. They have people that they need to listen to. So I'm not saying they don't sometimes play the songs that they want, but they have songs that they have to play. Which again, Tommy's
I'm
song
about
would
to
have
say,
never
it was
gotten on
hard,
the
though.
radio if he wasn't signed to a label. And I know that it's easy to think that TikTok is the end-all be-all, and the only reason why
It kinda
any
is.
song is going viral is because of TikTok. That's just
Yeah.
not true. The world is big. People discover music in tons of different ways, and a lot of people are also
And
not-
that is true, because like I don't have TikTok anymore, so I don't be following any of that shit. I just be kind of, I'm not gonna hold you. How did I hear that nigga song? It was definitely on social media. It was probably off of Instagram. I'm not gonna hold you. I probably heard heard somebody or saw like a reel or some shit, heard it, and then I think probably one of y'all played this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I heard it like, I don't know, probably one of y'all probably heard it, sent it or something. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna hold you. I might not hear it on TikTok, but in some way, shape, or form, a lot of the viral hits I will hear off of some form of social media. I'm not gonna hold you. It may not be TikTok per se, but it is in some form of social media. But I'm not even gonna hold you. Now that we are on the topic of like music and shit, sometimes like on Spotify, I know Spotify do be hoeing niggas, and you won't really be able to tell who the actual artist is. But here, let me see if it'll collapse to the home. Okay. So sometimes I want to listen to some new shit, I'll just go to my Discover Weekly and shit. So it'll have not like a whole bunch, but it'll have like 30 songs type shit. But it'll be new songs or unreleased songs, but it'll be under the name of someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I was listening to like a lot of shit that's not really out right now. So I'm saying it doesn't do anything really for the person, but for some of it, sometimes it does. But it's like, that's how I'd be discovering certain people or certain, songs that be kind of getting hip to. But, it is kind of weird because I didn't know about that whole subgenre and making your own category and putting people in. That's weird. I ain't know about that shit.
It's a catalyst that leads to it being played in clubs,
I'd be
on the radio,
as an artist,
and in bars, etc. You get what I'm saying? It's usually the starting point, but it's not the end-all be-all. So Tommy creating an original sound plus getting support from the label is what allowed him to break out of the Spotify algorithm jail. Because once you get to a certain level of success, you just kind of get categorized with everyone else. It won't be long before Spotify changes its classification to just hip-hop, R&B, melodic rap, pop, or some other umbrella term, and he will be algorithmically grouped in with every other mainstream artist. I mean, shit, Don Toliver's only classification is just rap. So no, Tommy Richman is not an industry plant, despite that narrative being totally forced and really just put onto every new artist who comes out of nowhere. But he probably would not have blown up if he wasn't signed to a record label. And I think there's just a massive misunderstanding between what independent artists think they need versus all of the resources and power that the record labels still have. And yes, the record labels even have power and influence on TikTok as well. I'm not saying that they can make anything go viral, but they have their ways. But ultimately, Tommy being an extremely talented artist who grinded for years developing his skill and his own sound is what will keep him around for a very long time.
Dwayne was in the country.
Okay. But yeah, I didn't know if niggas was thinking that he was a plant. I was just trying to figure out, how he just came up out of nowhere. But it makes sense. Shout out to that nigga Tommy though, bro. For, you know what I'm saying? Shout out for him staying true to his sound from the beginning when nobody was listening to the nigga to now. You know what I'm saying? I fought with it. And I hope the Holly weirds don't fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, I know how that go. If you know, you know.